finalists chosen out of
300 entries, more than 300 entries.
And these are the guys representing some of the finalists, 3 of them representing, of course, the 20 finalists. And tomorrow, I believe, will be the awarding. Some of you may make it, some of you may not. Let's talk to our other guests here, JP, Danielle, and JP. You are Executive Director of Walandi Volunteer Service Program. Did I say it correct? Okay. What is that? What is Walandi Foundation all about?
GVSP is an organization of deaf and hearing volunteers who empowers members of the hearing society to listen to blind and deaf.
Okay. So the members are deaf
and hearing.
Ah, okay. You could be deaf and you could be hearing and you could form part of this foundation.
Yes.
And you want to be able to what? Bring the cause, the problem.
Actually, there's been a lot of efforts already, programs and issues. But the only thing is, hearing members don't understand them because they don't know how to sign. So basically, what we're doing is we are bridging the 2 worlds, the hearing world and the deaf world, by interpreting. So, all of our activities, all of our program is to interpret for so we piloted in 2005 in Central Visayas, and then right now we are now present in 3 cities, so in Baguio, Davao, and Cebu City. So,
Okay. How many volunteers do you actually get? Is it hard to get volunteers?
No!
You may want to be a volunteer, but you're going to really have to learn to do sign language.
yes, one of the requirements of the degree is you have to learn Filipino Sign Language. But to those who are
It's
interested,
Filipino, huh?
yes, Filipino Sign Language. So before they volunteer, we teach them, we train them through the deaf volunteers themselves.
Really?
So
The deaf volunteers become the teachers of the
Yes.
hearing, how do you call it? The hearing person?
Every person.
Okay.
So they teach them Filipino Sign Language and get to orient them about the deaf culture. So to make them sensitive,
Correct.
how they approach deaf people, so that when they are placed in the communities, they're ready to communicate and understand that they're deaf.
What are the most basic things that we need to know about the sensitivity when it comes to the deaf community?
Well, there are politically correct terms. So you should call them deaf with a capital D. As a
So I
rather,
just say the deaf.
yeah, the deaf, rather call it deaf mute or PP.
You cannot call them deaf mute.
Yeah, because there's no such thing as deaf mute. It was a term used way back years ago, but through the existence of the deaf leaders, the deaf community, they want to be called because they consider themselves as a cultural ethnic minority, and they want to be called deaf with a capital D, and they have distinct language, which is Filipino Sign Language.
All right, so that's what they really use here, the Filipino Sign Language. You might as well, right? Okay, so it's best to call them just deaf.
Deaf or in Filipino, binging rather than pimping.
Okay, binging. All right. Yeah. All right, now let's move to Danielle of the Watershed Management Lead Council. This is for service.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we
Bringing
serve.
up awareness on this. Okay, go ahead.
We are from the Watershed Management Youth Council. We advocate, we preserve the environment, especially the watershed areas of Davao.
Si JP yung video.
We believe in our organization that the watershed areas of Davao City is the source of life.
Why in Davao City? Because this foundation began in Davao.
Because our advocacy is we are mainly concerned about the issues about protecting the watershed areas and the Davao City.
Doon lang. So it's centered and focused on in Davao City. How do you go about it? What do you actually do?
Actually, we are running our organization for 13 years. We do camps, tours, activities now. Our project is Ugat ng Pan para sa Kalikasan 2030. It is Battle of the Band and fashion show competition. The dance Battle of the Band, it is just not an ordinary Battle of the Band because we make them originally composed songs and then their musical instrument must be recyclable materials.
I see.
And then we don't.
That must be on stage.
We don't only protect the environment but also misleading them, like the Philippine Eagle. Because of that, we are like the fashion show. The fashion show is the eagle-inspired fashion show. So their theme is eagle.
There you go. Yeah. No, we're seeing on screen right now.
And then actually, we are not directly helping in the protection of the environment, the Philippine Eagle, but we are promoting, we are influencing others to do, to advocate
The protection.
of
Yeah.
the watershed areas of the whole city and the Philippine Eagle.
There you go. All right. Louis he's, no, he's not president. Robin is the president. You're part. Okay, you're a volunteer. You're part of the Love Yourself. What is that? How do we love ourselves? Why do we have to love ourselves? Why a foundation like
We
this?
have to love ourselves more to give more to others.
Cool.
Diba? We cannot give what we don't have. So Love Yourself is a community of volunteers from the youth and men having sex with men community that helps eradicate HIV through education.
So is that the primary goal, to educate society and to prevent the spread of HIV and AIDS?
Yes, because a lot of misinformation about HIV. That's why we have to educate people. One of the strengths of Love Yourself is its creative use of social media to raise awareness about HIV and safer sex practices among the youth. So yun talaga yung ginagawa namin and we use tools that speak to the right audience.
What was, at least what Louis was saying was that this is something some people already have doing. What made this one so special, the Love Yourself campaign foundation?
What made it special is that they really promoted that, number one, yes, you must love yourself first.
True.
Because if you truly love yourself, then
There's
there's less chance of making mistakes.
Correct. To protect yourself as well. But Louis, it's really not just for the gay community, right? The Love Yourself.
Yeah,
Or is it specifically focused on.
we're quite inclusive, but the profile of the high incidence of HIV in the past years, yun talaga yung profile yung MSM community.
Yeah.
And in fact, I wanna raise lang one every 4 newly diagnosed cases come from the youth 15 to 24 age group last year. So sobrang laki talaga nun in the Philippines, in the whole country. And Love Yourself form part of the 20% of the whole newly diagnosed cases na galing sa clinic namin.
So you have a lot of members who are HIV positive?
Not really, because we love ourselves. So
Sorry, but 20% of the statistics that you mentioned are part of the
we covered 20% of the whole newly diagnosed cases in the whole country.
Kinakabahan sila.
Sa amin na galing lahat ng mga nagpa-test na yun.
Sa inyo nang galing yun. You were telling me a while ago that you actually have, is it a clinic that you can test if you are HIV positive and it's free?
It's free. It's in Malate.
Okay.
We call it the Love Yourself Hub. It's in partnership with R&D
free?
the
Research
Institute of Tropical
Tropical
Medicine.
Medicine. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very small clinic.
Alright,
Pero we were cited by the Global Fund, and right now they're giving us a power to create 2 more community centers in Metro Manila. Para magpatuloy na namin yung advocacy.
That's really what you need to do to spread have more clinics to make it accessible
Exactly.
to anyone who wants to be able to check on their status, right? I forgot to ask you, JP, in part of the research, you talked about something like child exploitation as well.
Yes, that's true. In the recent study conducted by Life for Example and the Philippine Deaf Resource Center, in Manila and Cebu, they found that 1 in every 3 deaf children and women are being molested, and then 70% of them are battered by their own families. In our own statistics, since we started the Break the Silence project, we found that 70% of the victims, the deaf children and women, are uneducated. So uneducated. So meaning they don't know how to sign. So they only use home signs. So when they report it in court, or when they report in the police, and then they file it in court, the police officers, social workers, and even the lawyers, if they don't understand it, or they don't have an efficient data because no one gets to interpret for them.
Yeah.
So what we do in GVSP, we educate deaf children. We empower deaf children to protect themselves. We go to schools. We use 3 animated films in sign language that talks about child sexual abuse. And then it's quite surprising and it's disheartening that in every school that we visit, there are 3 to 5 deaf children who disclose and that they were raped and they don't know that they were abused already.
Yeah.
So there are also deaf women who would go to the center, or there are like departments that agencies would refer to us. So we provide interpreters for them. And then to those who don't know how to sign, we provide deaf reading interpreters.
I see. All right, that's really needed, especially in situations like that, because I can imagine a deaf girl going to a police station. Obviously, she really needs someone to file a police report for her.
That's true. That's true.
For her representation.
One of the milestones of the project was we were able to formally partner with the Philippine Police, Region 7, to establish the police deaf desk. So, the program is entitled iPad. It's information and police access for the deaf.
I see.
So
Very nice, iPad.
Yes. The deaf volunteers
Yeah.
train specific group of police officers selected in police station. So it will be we intensively train and mentor the police officers to learn sign language and be sensitive to the culture that they have.
Absolutely. Danielle, anything more about the WNYC that we need to know?
Yes,
What makes you so special? Why should you be a finalist in the top 10 rather?
the WMIC is, like what I said, is running for 30 years. And because of that, we became a family. A family that continues to educate each other for why we need to protect our environment. Because in our organization, we believe that protecting the environment is also protecting the humankind. Then what we are doing is not just for us, but also for the next generation.
Right, absolutely. It's so interesting, George, that you have people from different group sectors, completely unrelated. Youth, for that matter, fighting for different advocacies and causes.
Yes. Let me just mention that WNYC was a 2-time TAI awardee.
Oh, can you read it again?
Yes, because you have to submit your project entry. So if you have a different project entry for the search that
So what were the 2 others?
The first one that they won was regarding the improper use of insecticides in the banana plantation in Davao.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So,
So if they win, this will be their 3rd.
yeah, if they win, so when you go tomorrow,
Actually, we became a TAI awardee year 2004, and this is our 3rd time to become a finalist. So this is the 4th time we joined TAI.
Okay, so there was a time that you actually didn't make it to the
Yes.
finals. All right.
That's when we protect the Mount Apple reservation area.
You guys don't stop, huh? How about the other 2? Were you guys finalists in the past?
It's my first time.
Okay.
We were first time.
Also, it's really decided to join this, the Love Yourself. I mean, to be part of it, to raise awareness. You know, it's an issue sometimes that's I would say sometimes marginalized, hindi masyadong napapansin.
and too sensitive.
Yeah, it's too sensitive. At least now you're open,
And
talking about it.
it's time for us to push the agenda of HIV in the Philippines. Dahil kasi hindi pa rin talaga siya epidemic kahit malaking issue siya. And hindi siya napapansin dahil dun sa stigma, dun sa discrimination. So, kaya nagtatago talaga yung mga HIV, yung mga people with HIV.
Yeah, and sometimes people really don't understand that, it's not really contagious in a lot of areas, in a lot of ways. It's actually not
It's actually, you can live a normal life. It's like you have diabetes na